Thank you guys so much for clicking in on this video. I did forget it happens to be my dad's birthday, which is unfortunate because I bought him a gift yesterday and I forgot about it. So this is going to be a quick video where we are going to mainly focus on the SPY and the Qs, give you guys those daily expected moves, and we're going to hop into it. Right now, no breaks. All right, so 603.56 to the upside for the daily expected move tomorrow. Just to be aware, implied volatility is even higher tomorrow. So if you thought today might have been a little bit crazy, well, tomorrow's going to be even crazier with a bigger expected move, the downside move being at 590.86 to the downside. Once again, we are still crossed down on the daily MACD, which does include some problems. If we ever do catch a bounce, it is very likely to fade. And you probably saw that as of today. Now, this 30-minute chart has not curled over on the lagging indicator yet, but it could be very, very close. And so something that we want to do here is just see if this 30-minute is going to confirm down. Note that you would be running into the bottom of the channel. If we see a quick divergence, that could actually add up to a 2-hour move that wants to go to the upside. So we'll see what happens here. But one thing I'd be aware of in the morning is just if this 15-minute is able to curl up. If we're able to go down in the post-market, turn up in the pre-market and see some kind of upside move, that would be very, very nice because you would have that divergence that really likes to keep hourly charts curling up or 30-minute charts curling up. So that's really good to pay attention to. This 30-minute is still curled up, so we still should be open to that reaction up to something like 603.56 for tomorrow. Very, very clear to see because we still need that test of the 5-day moving average coming down. But just to keep it in your mind, like this is not by any means great reversal signals to see a complete turnaround. So it is very likely that if we do experience any bounces, as volatility was up by more than 10% last Friday, that we do have the next trading session, which would be tomorrow. We have an 85% chance of seeing some kind of update from the SPY. So let's just be paying attention to our signals. Now, there is something clear here on the daily chart. Remember, we did confirm divergence, so we have to treat this very seriously. And if we do not make a really strong base in these areas or see some kind of V shape in some way, we need to be open to all of these type of bounces just failing. So really stay aware of that as we have daily divergence. I don't know why this is not in the middle of my screen. But the reason that I really want you paying attention to that and why I'm paying attention to that is because the Qs violated the point where I believed we would make some kind of right shoulder. We can still go make that right shoulder that could have been, so we'll pay attention to that. But looking at this daily chart, you're noticing, oh, the Qs had divergence as well. The Qs had divergence as well, and the Qs have divergence as well. And this is a big problem because now you're confirming downside again, which means you're pointing directly towards that weekly expected move. So for the SPY and the Qs with this daily MACD crossing down on the Qs, it's very likely to end up in that downward direction. You see the 2-hour is pointing directly down in that direction as well, but looks like it may need some kind of bounce, which means we might want to look at a 30-minute chart and get some daily expected moves. Now, this one was able to curl down, so that kind of tells us the Qs are hinting at us that we should be paying attention to downside, which means we'll pay attention to our bottom lines here as the daily expected move is right by the weekly. It is a very good area to pay attention, and we'll see if signals do form here. 512.89 to the downside. We have 526.85 to the upside for the Qs, a pretty damn big range, right? We just saw a small range last week. It was about this big. So there is a lot of volatility coming into the market here. This is great for us because we're traders. And if we can pay attention to the signals correctly, we can make some pretty good money. As of right now, we need to see if this is going to hold because the 15-minute is still showing some drastic divergence, drastically oversold at this point, and it is likely to continue. But if this does hold, we want to be paying attention to those reactions in case we're going to see a counter trend move, almost like an almost upward move, pretty much like a regular, sequence move, right? Something that's going to go down, bounce, go down, then see a bigger one and come down again, right? The overall way that we end up flipping this back around to make a new all-time high is if we see a 2-hour divergence at higher levels. That could take 2 weeks to form. That could take a long time to form. So be paying attention because right now you might just be looking at some kind of bounce that then takes you into the next big drop. So we'll be aware of that. Some other things I just wanted to point out: volatility. Yes, the Qs making a new low. Yes, the SPY going down and testing that low, but volatility is definitely going up. Okay, that is right now we are not seeing volatility exceed the levels from today. We're almost seeing volatility give somewhat of a head and shoulders on the 30-minute. If this 30-minute does cross, that would say positivity can come in right away for the SPY. So that is something that I would highly be aware of. There's not too much more to discuss at this moment. We're going to look at things further as I have a birthday dinner to get to for my dad. So I hope you guys can understand that. I hope you guys had a little bit of intake, and I hope you guys at least enjoyed getting some daily expected moves for tomorrow. Make sure to have these on your charts, and we will be live tomorrow morning. So thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Peace out.